Sanibonani guys, welcome back to yet another video, and we are speaking about the latest episode of the Mommy Club. Guys, after this episode, I just have a feeling Uguti, now we're going to see the real division. Now we're going to see a group because it seems like people are choosing who they really want to be with, or the people that they really are for, or people that they think they're gonna gel with. And I feel like it's pretty clear Uguti, how the groups or how these individuals are going to divide themselves. But anyway, we're gonna get into that. But guys, let's just not lie, man. Happy this season, she is glowing. Angazi, if it is the weight gain, because she's been saying which she gained weight. I don't know if it's the weight gain, if what is she doing? But listen, Kelly, this season she is glowing. She looks so good. But anyway, let's get right into the episode. So the episode starts off with Uvuyi. So Happy got admitted into the hospital, you guys, due to exhaustion. Uvuyi goes and see Happy's kids to inform them that your mother has been hospitalized. Do you guys understand what exhaustion really means? Now she's having a light conversation with them, telling them, listen, I'm going to go and see your mother later on. You guys can come with me. Guys, all I'm going to say, Uvuyi seems to be such a good friend to Uhappy. She seems to be such a good friend to Uhappy, and all I hope is that it's been reciprocated, because sometimes, guys, when you are just a lover girl and you are good friends, sometimes it's a tolama party of just getting friends who take advantage of you. So I really do hope Happy does see Uvuyi is a really good friend to her. Besides the other episodes, guys, I really do feel like she seems to be winning the public sympathy and love through how affectionate she's been to Lokuzana, Uhappy's children, and to Uhappy, how supportive she's been to Uhappy's situation. I get next scene we see Mrs. Sunday. Mrs. Sunday decides to go and see her sister-in-law, you guys, and she opens up about something that she's never spoken about before. She opens up about how when she was in grade 3, she was touched in an inappropriate way by her friend's brother. Now, guys, I don't know. I think she really just needed to offload this thing, because when I was listening to the sister-in-law, I'm like, the sister-in-law really didn't say nothing. All she just said is that you are strong. It is well. You're going to be fine. That's all she said. But I guess sometimes, guys, when things are weighing heavily on you, all you just need is just someone to really open up your ear and listen to you. Now, I get the anxiety and the depression, where it's coming from, and I sympathize so much with what Mrs. Sunday decided to open up and speak about, because I think sometimes, guys, we get to downplay certain things. Yes, we're grateful we didn't get hard, but it's still wrong, the fact that someone even touched us in an inappropriate way like that. So I think it was quite a beautiful thing for Mrs. Sunday, and a strong thing for her to open up about something that, some people would have said, man, like, it's not that deep, or other people have it worse than you. I truly think there's strength in doing that, but I really want Mrs. Sunday to stop using the anxiety and stuff as an excuse to mene bahai. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like use these opportunities to better empower yourself, because we really want to see that beautiful side of you, of sympathizing with people. But 1 minute we sympathizing with Mrs. Sunday, 1 minute we're calling her out, because sometimes she just really is mean and unnecessarily gossiping behind people. If she feels like the anxiety and the depression is the one that's making her gossip behind people and be a mene, guys, I just feel like then she should take that as a cue, as just resting from reality TV show, working on herself, and maybe coming back when she has dealt with that. Anyway, guys, we see Happy, she's out of hospital. Her grandmother is there to come and see her. And Happy opens up to her grandmother a little bit about, her exhaustion of her just being exhausted at life. And Happy just felt like her grandmother did not get it, which she was just not hearing her. And guys, I kind of feel sorry for Happy in some sort of way, because I feel like people don't really get it. And I think if you've been in a situation where you've been unemployed for a long time and then you got employed, or vice versa, you would understand a little bit of what Happy is going through. Guys, being a breadwinner, or being the only one who's rich in your family, or being the only successful one in inverted commas in your family, or being the only one who has a really good career or earning well in your family, it's not an easy thing. It is not an easy thing, guys, because you are literally expected to carry everyone else. And I think that's the exhaustion that Ohap is feeling. The exhaustion of literally feeling like you have to carry everyone else and there's no one to carry you. To some extent, guys, I even feel like the time I was unemployed, because no one's going to call me a month end or at the middle of the month and for money or anything like that. Because why? Once you sebenza, guys, it's like that things just keep piling up. Now all of a sudden people want this, they want that, and all of that. So I get it and I sympathize with Uhappy for what she's going through. Now the grandmother, Uhappy does ask the grandmother, Uti, how are things at home? The grandmother goes on to open up or says, Uti, the fridge is no longer working. Happy doesn't take that lightly because in her diary session, she goes on to say, Uti, like, imagine my grandmother's being insensitive in a way, like mina ngiyagula. I'm telling her ukuthi I'm exhausted. Yena uzovusa izinto zama-fridge. It did seem as if it was a bit insensitive, you guys, because now, obviously, if ugogo uthi arana mali and you the one who has imali in the family, basically izokhisha wena yo mali. But then to Gogo's defense, Uhappy is the one who actually asked the question of how Ugogo was doing. But I get it, guys. You know, when you are in a tough place, everything is kind of triggering. I don't think Ugogo meant it in a sinister way, or she was trying to burden Uhappy Mubtenga Ifrich or anything like that. I just think Ugogo was innocently, that's how grannies are, guys. I think Ugogo was just innocently answering Uhappy's question, but because Uhappy was well and not in a good place, Uhappy like just took that in a bad way, even though Ugogo did not mean it in a bad way. But guys, let's just look out for one another, especially those family members, your sister, your siblings. If you know there's a family member or someone that carries you like that, check up on them sometimes. Check up, don't only check up on people when you need something, check up on them and call them and just say, you know what, I was just calling to see if you're okay. Not for imali or not to tell you zami or anything like that. I think that would really go a long way rather. Now, ugogo ke decides or uhappy says ukuthi hey awukhulume nomzukulwana wakho, speak to utisetso because utisetso doesn't listen. Tisetso comes downstairs after Uhappy calls her, and Ugogo was having a conversation with Tisetso to tell Tisetso, your mother does everything for you. Like, don't do this to your mother, don't stress your mother. Like, talk to your mother if you wanna go somewhere and whatnot. And there's something that Tisetso says in a diary session that just makes me feel this child really does not get it. And I don't know, maybe if it's an age thing or a life thing, I don't know, but I just really feel like Tisetso doesn't get it. Utisetso is like this thing of people saying, Uti, my mother's sick because of me and all of that. She says, Uti, yeah, I might be nothing if my mother would leave me, but like what makes them think Ubuti, like what won't stop me to push in life for my sisters? Like to say Ubuti, even if yes, there's a truth that if my mother would leave me, Ubuti, I might not be nothing in life, but even if she does, like what makes people think Ubuti, I will not be motivated enough to push for my sisters? I'm just like, this child, she really does not get it, guys. And I think maybe I don't know if it's an age thing or what, because Utisetso, guys, angazi ukuthi ucabanga kanjani. I don't know if it's because she's never had it tough in life, and I'm just assuming, I don't know if she ever had it tough in life. I don't know what is it, but I'm just like, Tisetso, it's delusional of you to think Ubuti, like, even if this person would leave, I'm gonna be all right. It's not only about the money, you guys. I just think the older you get, the more you realize Ubuti, you might know 50 people in your life, guys, but when tough times come, those 50 people are not all going to show up for you. Trust and believe. If you can count, but guys, people that you know will go through hell with you, just on one hand, you are privileged. If you just have one person in life, guys, who will go through hell with you and sacrifice so much for you, you are lucky. So but that's the thing. I think people who don't have mothers or who don't have parents can maybe speak better on this. Ukuthi when you don't have umzali, you guys, life is just not the same. Yes, auntie bazokuthanda and whatnot, but life is just not the same. That's why I'm saying ukuthi I don't know what Uti said. So is it that she's delusional to think Uti when her mother's gone, like she's gonna be fine, she's gonna grind for her sisters? She's not grinding for her own self now when she has things well. Like I don't know, guys. She thinks in life, it's just like the way you plan it out to be or the way you think it to be. But she really needs to wake up, guys. And I don't know what's going to wake her up. But I also feel like Uhappy needs to give this child the benefits of the doubt, because in Uhappy's diary sessions and in her comment, she'll all like everything that Disetso says. She won't believe it. She's like, yeah, Uti said so. She's apologizing now, just to get us out of her face. Like, I'm just like, I know, guys, which is sometimes like these children can put us through the most, whether it's your children, your sibling, your cousin. But sometimes just for their sake, in front of them, give them the benefit of the doubt, because what it does to them when you don't trust them, it kills their confidence. Because you can see Utisetso's like, I know my mother doesn't believe anything. There's nothing as painful as that. Do you think Utisetso will now open up about a serious thing, or a situation where she might think, oh, but it's tough for her mother to believe her? Do you think she'll open up about something like that when her mother is always making comments, or she doesn't believe Tisetso? So I know Tisetso has given Happy like a tough time, but I just feel like Happy needs to act like Umzali and just try and act, man. Act as if you believe in this child. Act as if you're going to, like, you have some sort of positivity in your head or some sort of positive thoughts that you think towards this child, because it's going to reflect on her, and the way she treats herself and the stuff she does is definitely gonna come out because of the way you think about her as Umzali. Anyway, guys, next thing, girl, we see Mrs. J host an event. In a sense, it seems like it's a charity home for kids or something like that. Bayophekela ingane, and she decides to invite the other mommies. Now, I don't get Mrs. J. She was so late, you guys, and I feel like, okay, besides the mommy, number one, you are there for the kids. These kids must go to school the next day. These kids are up waiting for Mrs. J, playing outside, and it even looks like Giabanda, you guys. I'm just like, why do it in the night? You could have probably, I don't know, rescheduled it or something like that. But for me, it was just insensitive that kids had to wait for Mrs. J in the night. And they're hungry that time because, that time they're waiting for her. When she comes, they still need to cook. I'm just like, nah, Mrs. J. She makes the mummies wait there. Fine. Uvuyi calls, or the mummies come together. They decide to call Mrs. J. They're telling Mrs. J, ingane zilambile. Mrs. J is still sending them around. Abayofunu Anto Tize, Anto Tize is going to watch it. I'm like, no, Mrs. J. These people... Like, why? Like, why couldn't you call Loa and Ike to come to Abovuyu? Or you should have made sure there was someone you knew who was going to be at the event before you, who's going to cater to these mommies to start the cooking or something like that. But for everyone and everything to be on a standstill just because you're late, nah. And I feel like she really owes those ladies an apology, everyone an apology for how late she was, because really it was distasteful. Anyway, guys, so as they're doing the paddling and whatnot, Mrs. J decides to pull Happy aside and have a conversation about Upeladi. About Upeladi is dating married men and don't. That time, Happy, when she's sitting with Mrs. J, she's like, it seems like she's receptive to what Mrs. J is saying, but at diary sessions, she's saying something else. That's why I was saying at the beginning of this video, which I feel like people have chosen their sides, and I feel like we're about to see the division in the group or AMA groups going on within the Mommy Club. But anyway, I get what Mrs. J was saying. Mrs. J was basically saying Upeladi should not feel comfortable mentioning such things in front of us. I get it, ne? But I just feel like it was not her place. No, Mrs. J, it was not your place, especially if it bothered you that much. Don't go speak to Uhappy about it. Why Uhappy? Angithi unaye relationship no Peladi. You should have went to Upeladi and had a conversation with her. But taking it through Uhappy, vele it's going to cause ama commotions. Vele it's going to cause like a big thing because Uhappy is obviously much more fond of Unokuzana, of Upeladi than Mrs. Jane. Mrs. J is busy going on there, and Happy you can see. And Happy's response, guys, I'm just like, Happy, are you sure? Which in now you're not dating married men? Because that response does not make sure. It did not make sense to me of how many seasons Happy has been bashing side chicks. All of a sudden, she's fine with that. Guys, maybe you would too happy now that she's single, and she was also saying with Pella, the streets, it's tough out here. Maybe she's tried a married man, and now because she's tried one, she's no longer judging side chicks. Angazi, you guys. But anyway, Mrs. J says she wants to address the matter. And I'm just like, Mrs. J, I just think you're being ambitious. Mrs. J's like, no, we are here to build one another. I'm like, ma'am, Mrs. J, not everyone is here to build one another like you. You need to select people in the group that you feel like you can build one another. Other people are not here for building one another. So please, I did feel like it was a bit forward of Mrs. J, but also as well, Peladi, the fact that she was comfortable in mentioning the fact that she's dating married men in front of a woman or other women who have been married for many years, obviously it was going to cause something. Anyway, guys, we also see another Nyana scene that people were like, Aibo, Happy, why is she acting so fresh? Happy. At some point, Mrs. J gets up to go and dish up for their kids. Noxie comes and sits next to Happy, trying to have a conversation with Happy. But you can see Happy is just giving Noxie a cold shoulder. And people are just like, Happy, that was so rude. I also find that rude because, like, why were you not, it's like, you know, when you're trying to have a conversation with a person and you can see which a person is not interested in anything you have to say, people kind of feel like Happy was acting fresh for Unoxi. And hence I'm saying Gucci, Happy also as well. From the get-go, I feel like she did not like Noxi. She chose Upeladi over Unoxi. And hence I'm saying these girls already know the woman that they gel with. And listen, the ones that they gel with, they're obviously going to choose those above the ones that they don't like. And it's about to get apparent. Then, guys, yeah, that's basically it. But I was just like, hey, Bob, Mrs. J, lento alayo uzoimela. Because I don't trust Happy to keep this thing. Anyway, the initiative was kind of thoughtful of Mrs. J. But listen, she owes those ladies an apology. Maybe she even needs to get them a gift for next episode. Last scene, Peladi decides to invite Happy and Uvuyi to some sort of therapy session. Guys, fine. Upeladi opens up to the therapist. I don't know if she's a therapist or what. She opens up to the therapist about her relationship with her husband. Now, it seems apparent Uguchi Peladi doesn't have a good co-parenting relationship with her husband. It seems to be like a very toxic one in a sense. And for me, when I was hearing her say all of those things, I kind of got to why she is a bit mean. Because you know what they say, hurt people. So maybe that's why she hurts other people she feels intimidated by. That's because she's going through her own hurt as well. And maybe that's why she's been unnecessarily, like the words she's been using to Unokuzana, to Unoxi, that were just unnecessary. Maybe it's just all stemming from this whole thing of the way her husband or ex-husband treats her. Also, guys, I kind of felt sorry for Upeladi, you guys. And I know the past episode, I was just like, I don't see Isizato of Upeladi being on the show, but I do kind of see it right now, guys, because this is the mommy club, and the reality of being a mom is that there are some moms who are in a situation where their children are living with the baby daddies, and they don't necessarily have the best of relationships with their children. So I would like Upeladi to explore that a little bit more, because I think a lot of women could share in her story of, maybe feeling guilty with the fact that you don't spend as much time with your children and then you end up overcompensating. If she can stick to that storyline, guys, I think there's something there, and I kind of feel this perspective, if she brought it out or if she brings it out, I feel like it's necessary for people to see, because there's people who can relate to it. While Lupenat is doing a diary session there with the therapist, that therapist lady is even chanting in some other language. Hey guys, I'm sorry. I won't allow someone to touch my hand while they're busy chanting in a language that I don't know. Lisa. No matter what, it's relaxing kanjani. I don't want to hear things that engas understand, So while she's having a conversation with while Peladi is doing her session, but guys, she's opening up to Uvuyi, telling Uvuyi everything that Mrs. J said. Obviously, Uvuyi neamazige. Uvuyi sides with her friend. Uvuyi is like, yeah, there is none, so why Egingenisa and all of that. So I'm just like, I don't get it. These women were kind of judging Unoxi for going to Australia or Scotland or wherever it is, kind of insinuating, or Pelati insinuated that men were parading her and buying her drinks, kind of insinuating which Kelly was being loose when she went overseas. But now there's a situation where Upelad is apparently dating married men, and all of a sudden they're saying, Mrs. J must stop being judgmental. How about them like introspecting themselves? They were being judgmental towards Unoxi about a story that they turned around. Do you understand what I'm saying? But anyway, Uvui being Uvui, it's fine. But I'm just like, guys, we just need to be honest about certain things. Certain things, yes, it's not being judgmental, but let's be honest, guys. Dating married men, we all know the truth about it. I'm not even going to preach on it here. Whether you like it or not, uyakwazi ukuthi go wrong. Whether you're not the one who has the commitment or whatnot, like, guys, please, we are grown-ups. We know we can tell wrong from right. Yes, at times we stumble, but even if you stumble, guys, I believe just because you're guilty of doing something, don't now want to make it a normal thing. You're wrong, but you must say, yes, I am doing it, but I know what you're wrong. Not because now all of a sudden you wanted to right. I ain't getting that only samina. Oh, but anyway, then Ulokuzanu penalty comes back. She is done. Now it is what's this lady's name? Vui's name, to go back in there. Now Happy and Peladi is left in there. Happy spills the beans, guys. She tells Peladi everything, and I'm just like, Happy, why did you do that? I just kind of felt like Happy shouldn't have done that. And I felt like Happy did that to make sure Uguti she's not going to be on Upeladi's bad books. I do think Mrs. J was going to eventually approach Upeladi, and she would have said, I was having a conversation with Uhappy. I don't think she would have painted Uhappy in a bad light. But I feel like Uhappy was trying to safeguard her friendship, or kind of mark her territory, to say, Uguti, Peladi, I'm on your side, by telling Upeladi the story. Because listen, even though Uhappy tried to say, Uguti, no, maybe Mrs. J did not mean it in that way. I'm just giving you a heads up. Listen, Upeladi did not take that lightly. And next week's episode, listen, was Oshuba, because Upeladi is going to be confronting Mrs. J Pamgwabantu about this whole matter. Anyway, guys, let's just park it right there, because that's where the episode ends. You tell me your thoughts around this. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge. And I'll see you guys in the next one.